Welcome to my show. Welcome to my channel. This is the Hermetic Arts. I'm going to touch base on time and space and the snapping of the dream spell, the Mayan dream spell, the Gregorian dream spell, which was implanted to override Maya's original count, to take people away from the truth. And this is about being reborn. This is about coming back into the timeline of which was manipulated. A lot of people talk on being reincarnated. A lot of people talk on a lot of different things, galactic stuff and aliens, and humans are stuck in lower realm, lower consciousness, and can't return back to. People need to be initiated to return back into the place they fell from. People, mother's going through her transitions, and Maya's calendar has been fixed, and the dream spell has been snapped. People follow the external clock and have lost the internal clock, the internal blueprints of oneself's temple is Maya's temple. What you see outside of yourself is across the pond, as in the Israeli temple, or these ones, Egypt and so forth, external blueprints of the Illuminati and the Masons and everything like this, the fallen ones, and whatever you think of in the Middle East and outside of America is false spiritual imprints of what the truth is when it comes to creation cycles. And these, as a lot of people know, Israel is a tribe, or a people, or a number, and a number reflecting the blueprints to the temple, as people think of in the external truth, but it is a spiritual truth of DNA, because the blueprints of the DNA is the blueprints of time and space of Maya's calendar, because Maya's calendar is the numerical code and the frequencies in the as above, so below world of the perfect balance of creation. And we have returned back to this timeline through purging past timelines that have come into the temple. They have come into the temple. That'd be heaven on earth. That'd be heaven. Heaven on earth. The ones who, the guardians of the threshold, the ones who kept the records, who kept time, the elders who passed down the wisdom to the younger generations. Everything was invaded. All the books were burned, and from Mexico to the Hermetic books and everything like that. But that's the part where everything is a number, where the 144 is your DNA strand, and it's a numerical code to returning back into realigning with the DNA and the perfect balance of the chakras and the sacred water and sacred fire, which is within the temple of Maya's calendar. And that's the alignment of the kundalinis, the as above, so below, above waters, lower waters, the fire, Mercury, salt, sulfur, all the planets that are actually within you, the micro and the macro, within this temple, which is material temple of your own internal clock. That's the thing, because the extension outwards in the Buddha sense would be a mandala, or the medicine wheel sun cross, and the adding this new age being a light body ship, the Merkaba, Flower of Life, all this stuff that was corrupted and manipulated because in the center of time and space where nobody speaks, the only thing that one has is what is within, because people speaking on topics that they have no knowledge about. When they talk about the Pleiadians and they talk about the aliens and all these external beings in the cosmos and so forth, and everything that is going on today, because there are certain people who have reincarnated, and as myself, to take back things that were corrupted, symbols and numerical codes, and clean up past timelines, and stuff like this, to return back to the Mayan time. Everything that one thinks about of across the pond is actually within Turtle Island, because it's the center of the universe. Turtle Island, Rainbow Prophecy, Rainbow Dragons, and the Mercury that is within Mother Earth, and the Sentinel beings that protect the portholes, and the Hyperborealis, and and all this stuff. But the outer perspective, when one thinks of this location, and you think of the Mayan times and the Pleiadians being up and outside in the stars off Mother Earth, but they are not off of Mother Earth, they are within Mother Earth. There is a reflection of the stars in the mirror image that people think that they see, that is outside of them. But that's the part where everything is within. It's within the one. It's within the unity of the all, the universal mind. And the capstone, and the squared circle, and the Trinity, and the numerical codes, and everything that people have lost due to the destruction, and due to the blood that was spilt, due to the sacrifice on Mother Earth. So we're going through this purge, and there is an energy out there. See, people don't understand what this, over the past years, of these ones who have been sent around the world to bring havoc and destruction to the people. It's the same thing as ancient history. So if you're like in America and you're, and all this stuff, and it's this situation that has come across the border, and these ones is the same thing as ancient history, that have been sent out and to attempt to get back into the kingdom, because they've been locked out spiritually. These blueprints, these Maya's calendar has been fixed, and the dream spell has been snapped. And what is it that correlates to what is the information? That's the circle and the dot in the center. It's all of your medicine wheel, Buddha's Eightfold Path, Sun Cross, medicine wheel, Star of David, swastika, your light body ship, because you can only see the top part of the pyramid. You can't see the bottom part. You don't know what's underneath. And that's the same thing with Egypt. They pull the wool over people's eyes, and they give you all this fake information, because, they give you a book, Emerald Tablet of Thoth, which is BS, because it's the Emerald Flame, and the Emerald Flame isn't just to one person. It is heart chakra, the center point. It's the green and the rose crux. It's the dragon and the rose and that's going back into a different timeline than the Mayans. But if you're looking at it in your chakra system, that's the rainbow, and that's part of initiation into the emerald tablet and the sacred fire and the green and gold transformation, the red, green, and gold, the mercury, which comes from below, within you and within the temple, because this temple here is you. That's what people don't understand when they say about going within, because people are trying to reach Buddha. But what does it mean? Where are you going? You can't this type of stuff can't be understood in the human consciousness. People can't understand their dreams and their nightmares. Being chased around by the beast at night and then ignoring it during the day and not trying to understand it spiritually. Because really no one knows who to turn to. They just ignore it all. And it's the situation outside. So drawing your circle, protecting yourself, coming into the center of Buddha, because this is Buddha's eightfolded path. And everyone connects the 8, the infinity, 88 miles an hour, 888 to Mercury, and there's all kinds of numerical codes, but it's sacred geometry, and it's numerical codes and frequencies that all come hand in hand to create the rainbow of what is within you. Because you want to be reborn, you got to go through the death cycle, spiritual death, and that is the frequency of the end days, if you experience it or not. Because a lot of people, you get into many topics, but it's just, this is the 0 point, this is the information of where we are, because this is the center point of the universe, and that is within you, consciously going within you and understanding everything about creation. Because if not, that's where these emotions and the chaos and not sure of this reality of what everything is comes into play. Because all of this entertainment and all this stuff is coming to an end. And this is the awakening. Unfortunately, many are outside of God's kingdom because Mother Earth was hijacked. We were all born in the fall. This is the fallen realm. This is the same realm that Jesus was sacrificed in. Same realm that all of your ancestors were sacrificed in. This is the end of the road. So people have no idea about anything. If it's the aliens, UFOs, whatever it be, even though they are here. So people want to go galactic and act all fruity, new age. It's not how it works. You got to return back to the inner workings of oneself, the inner workings of Mother Earth. Return to Mother Earth, because if you don't return to Mother Earth and ceremony, then you're going to have religion. So people need to choose, and they need to wake up and see what has happened. Because you can go to church all day long, but if you're not coming out of church and you're not going to go help homeless people or help Mother Earth or help the animals, then what's the freaking point of going to church? See how this works? You don't need to go to church. You just need to go out there and advocate for the animals and the children and Mother Earth. Because what people have today, what people are today, as in a New Age light worker, they are nothing compared to what they had back in the day. You know, the initial hippie movement of people going out there to save Mother Earth, save the whales, save the trees, save the water. It's done. This is the end. Look what's going on out there. So people can sugarcoat whatever they want. They can ignore whatever they want. It doesn't matter, because this thing is going to bite them in the ass every day, getting closer and closer. But I've met a lot of people that don't speak on it. They wonder in their own mind what's happening, but they don't have the truth. This is it. This is everything that people have heard about. Doesn't matter if you go to church. Doesn't matter if you read the Bible. You've heard of it. You don't have to be religious for this to come haunt your ass. That's the part where people act. A certain point where they say, "Oh, I'm not religious." So if I'm not religious, then none of that stuff outside will affect me. Just a message. Have a good day.